Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that really tries to cut through the noise and get you the insights you actually need.
That's the goal.
And today, well, we're doing a real deep dive into something fascinating. Cutting-edge surveillance technology. We're looking at a device that isn't just, passively recording, it's actually thinking.
Yeah, that's the key difference.
Specifically, we're going to unpack the Uniview Prime 3 8MP Deep Learning Dome Network camera. The model is IPC3K28SC ADF28KMC DLI0. Quite a mouthful.
It is, yeah.
Our mission here is to strip away the jargon, look at what it can really do, and show you how these advanced bits of kit are reshaping security and, well, even data collection.
Exactly. And then, it's important to see this camera not just as like a security guard's extra eyes.
Right.
It's more like a sophisticated sensor, part of a bigger intelligent system. It's got AI built in ways that really push the limits of professional surveillance.
So we're going deep on the features.
We are. We'll look at what makes this particular model stand out and how it moves way beyond just capturing video to generating, genuinely actionable insights. It's about the what and the why behind the image.
Okay, let's get into it then. This specific piece of tech, the Uniview IPC328SC ADF28KMC DLI0. So fundamentally, it's a 4K Ultra HD network dome camera.
Part of their Prime 3 series.
Right, Prime 3. And professional grade here really means something, doesn't it? This isn't your average home security cam.
No, not at all. This is built for high-stakes stuff. Indoor, outdoor, demanding environments. It's a robust solution.
And the resolution, wow. 8 megapixels. That's 4096 by 1860 pixels.
That's right, at 20 frames per second, which is nice and smooth.
So you get this incredibly clear, detailed footage. But why is that level of detail actually important for, the end user?
That's a really good question. Because 4K Ultra HD, it's not just a label here. It's critical.
Okay.
Think about, say, a crowded plaza or a huge warehouse floor. If something happens, you need to zoom in on that recorded footage.
Right, after the fact.
Exactly. And you still need to see fine details clearly for identification. A blurry image just doesn't cut it.
So more pixels mean more clarity, less guesswork?
Precisely. Faces, license plates, maybe even small actions or objects, it makes a real difference. And beyond the image sensor, the physical build is tough, really tough.
How tough are we talking?
Well, it's got an IP67 rating. That means it's seriously protected against dust and can even handle being submerged in water for a bit.
Okay.
And it's also IK10 vandal-resistant. That's like the top rating for impact resistance.
So it can take a beating, basically.
Pretty much. Whether it's facing down harsh weather or someone trying to smash it, it's designed to keep working. Reliable. A real built-for-anything kind of device for outdoor or semi-outdoor spots.
Okay, this is where, for me, it gets really interesting, the deep learning part. We've all got cameras that react to motion, right? A cat walks by, the light comes on. But this is different. It's thinking. What's the big leap here compared to, say, basic motion detection?
The biggest leap, it's context. Understanding.
Okay.
Yeah. Traditional motion detection just sees pixels changing. A swaying tree branch, a shadow moving, an animal. It triggers an alert. Lots of false alarms.
Right. It drives you crazy.
Exactly. Deep learning lets the camera actually understand what it's looking at. It uses sophisticated AI analytics. So, for instance, it can tell the difference between a person, a car, or, that cat.
Ah, okay. So it's not just that there's motion, but what is moving.
Precisely. It identifies the object causing the motion.
So it's like having a much smarter, much more focused security guard who doesn't get bored or distracted.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Can you walk us through some of those specific deep learning tricks it can do?
Absolutely. And think about what they mean in practice. You've got precise face detection, super useful for access control or spotting specific people.
Okay.
Then there's intrusion detection and line crossing. These are really smart. You draw a virtual line or box in the camera's view.
Right, on the software.
Yeah. And you can set it to alert you only if a human or maybe a vehicle crosses that line or enters that zone.
So no more alerts for tumbleweeds.
Exactly. It cuts down false positives massively. Then you have things like object removal detection.
What's that for?
Think retail. Or protecting valuable assets.
Mm-hmm.
If something valuable suddenly disappears from view, like an item off a shelf, the camera can flag it.
Instantly.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's not just a vague something happened alert. It's specific. This thing is gone.
That is a huge step up, and I saw it does even more, like nuanced things. You mentioned human and vehicle detection, but also crowd density monitoring, people flow analysis.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is where it really crosses over from pure security into being a a strategic business tool.
How so?
Well, take retail again. Analyzing people flow helps businesses understand how shoppers move through the store. Where do they linger? Where are the bottlenecks? Are there dead zones?
So you could optimize store layout based on that?
Absolutely. Or shelf placement. Crowd density monitoring is crucial for safety, too. It can alert managers if an area gets too packed, which is vital for safety regulations and just managing large events or spaces.
I can see that being useful in venues or transport hubs.
Definitely. Imagine optimizing staffing based on real-time flow data or preventing dangerous overcrowding before it happens. It turns that surveillance feed into, well, actionable intelligence for loss prevention, customer experience, operational efficiency. It's about understanding behavior.
It's fascinating. One camera doing security and business analytics. But, for all this smart thinking, it still needs good eyes and ears, right? Especially when conditions aren't perfect.
You're absolutely right. And yeah, it excels here too. Visually, it has this fixed dual 2.8mm lens setup.
Dual lens? Why?
That gives you this incredibly wide 180-degree panoramic view. Stitches it together seamlessly.
Ah, okay. So fewer blind spots.
Yeah, exactly. You can cover a really broad area, like a whole building entrance, a long corridor, a parking lot, often with just one camera instead of needing several.
That saves on installation costs, I bet.
For sure. And the aperture is f1.0, which is very wide. It lets in a lot of light. Which brings us to low light performance.
Yeah, how good is it when it gets dark? That's the real test for a lot of cameras.
It's genuinely impressive. Minimum illumination is just 0.0005 lux in color mode.
0.0005. That's tiny.
It's incredibly low light. Think starlight almost. And 0 lux when its own light kicks in. It has built-in illumination, both IR, infrared, and warm light, reaching up to 30 meters.
And it has that color hunter feature, right? What does that mean practically?
It means you get clear, full-color video, even in really dim conditions, situations where most cameras would switch to grainy black and white. It holds on to color much longer.
Okay, that's useful. And you mentioned image enhancement tech, too. WDR, 3D DNR, BLC. Can you decode those for us?
Sure, yeah. They're crucial for getting a usable image in tricky lighting. True WDR wide dynamic range at 130 decibels here, which is very high. Handles scenes with really bright spots and really dark spots at the same time.
I like looking out a window from inside a room.
Exactly. It stops the bright areas being blown out white and the dark areas being pitch black. You see detail everywhere. 3D DNR digital noise reduction cleans up that speckly noise you often see in low-light video. Makes the image much sharper, less grainy.
Okay.
And BLC backlight compensation helps when your subject has a bright light source behind them, like someone standing in a doorway with the sun behind them. BLC stops them becoming just a dark silhouette.
Got it. So they all work together to make sure the picture is clear, no matter the lighting?
Pretty much, yeah. They ensure you get usable, detailed images.
So it sees clearly in all sorts of conditions, but you mentioned ears earlier. It hears, too.
It does, and this adds a whole other layer. It has a built-in microphone, natural.
So recording audio with the video.
Right, but it also supports two-way audio. The specs mention G-Tele-11 compression, which is standard for voice, and dual microphones.
Dual mics and two-way audio, so you can talk through the camera.
Exactly. It's not just listening in. You can have a conversation, or issue a warning, or give instructions remotely. So think about it. That super wide view, the amazing low-light performance, and the ability to hear and speak, it really shifts surveillance from just passively recording to active engagement.
Yeah, you can interact with the situation.
Totally. It fundamentally changes how you might respond to an incident or just monitor operations. It gives you, the user, a much more complete picture. A holistic view, really.
It sounds incredibly capable. But, all this tech is great, but if it's a pain to install or manage the data, or if it can't handle the real world.
Right. Practicality is key.
Absolutely.
Well, and they thought about that. For data management, it uses advanced compression. Ultra 265, H265, H264.
Ultra 265, that's Uniview's own thing.
Yeah. It's their proprietary version that builds on H265. It's designed to be incredibly efficient. They claim it can reduce bandwidth and storage needs by up to 95% compared to older standards.
95%. That's huge when you're talking 4K video files.
It really is. Means you don't completely swamp your network or need massive amounts of storage. And for backup, or if the network drops, it has a microSD card slot. Supports up to 512 gigabytes right there on the camera.
Half a terabyte in the camera itself? That's solid backup. What about getting it powered up and connected?
Pretty straightforward. It supports PoE power over Ethernet.
Ah, so just one cable for power and data makes installation much cleaner.
Definitely. But you also have the option for standard 12V DC power if needed. And it's quite power efficient, maxing out at around 12.6 watts.
And accessing the feed, can you check in remotely?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Remote access via a mobile app or just a standard web browser. So you can check the live view, watch recorded footage pretty much anytime, anywhere you have an internet connection. Full control at your fingertips.
Okay, so given all the smarts, the image quality, the toughness, the practicality, where does a camera like this really make the most sense? Who needs this?
Well, it's ideal for a really wide range of places that need serious surveillance and that operational intelligence piece. Think retail stores, definitely. Using those analytics for layout and theft deterrence. Office buildings, hospitals, schools where security, access control, and general safety are paramount.
Makes sense.
Large warehouses for monitoring inventory, boosting efficiency, and securing the perimeter. Really, anywhere that needs reliable, detailed video and could also benefit from those AI insights. It's not just for security guards anymore. It's for operations managers, safety officers, business analysts too.
You mentioned active engagement earlier, and there's one more feature here that sounds pretty active. Active deterrence.
Ah, yes, that's a really interesting one.
So this camera doesn't just watch and think. It can actually do something to intervene.
That's right. It's equipped with built-in red and blue flashing lights, like police lights.
Seriously?
Yeah, and a speaker, plus those dual mics we talked about. So if the AI detects an intrusion, for example,
It can react?
it can react. It can flash those lights, blast a warning siren or a pre-recorded message, and because of the two-way audio, you can even speak directly through it in real time.
Wow, so it's trying to stop things before they happen.
Exactly. That's the core idea. Moving beyond just passively recording an event for later review to a proactive security stance.
Yeah.
Trying to prevent the incident, or at least minimize it, right there and then.
That psychological impact must be pretty strong. Flashing lights and a voice booming out.
You'd think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's designed to scare off potential intruders or vandals immediately. It puts the power of intervention right there at the edge, in the camera itself.
That is a powerful difference. Preventing versus just documenting. It really completes the picture, doesn't it? An intelligent, tough, and responsive solution.
It does. It shows how these devices are becoming part of a bigger ecosystem. Intelligent, proactive systems that are genuinely changing how we think about security and managing spaces, empowering users with tools that actively help keep things safe and efficient.
Okay, so let's try and wrap up this deep dive. The Uniview IPC3 K28SE ADF 28KMC DLDO0. It's clearly a very powerful AI-driven camera. You get stunning 4K detail. You get those really sophisticated deep learning analytics for smart monitoring. You get great environmental awareness, seeing in the dark, hearing, even talking back. And it's built tough.
A very complete package.
Yeah, it really feels like a prime example of how tech is making our spaces safer, sure, but also smarter, more responsive.
And yet, as we keep integrating these incredibly powerful AI-enabled vision systems into, well, pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
For security, yes, but also for efficiency, managing resources, it does raise some interesting questions for you, the listener, to think about.
Such as?
Well, these systems are evolving, aren't they? From just watching to actively seeing, hearing, analyzing, even acting. So how will this growing sophistication, this network of seeing and thinking devices, how will it reshape our ideas about privacy, about public space, and maybe more excitingly, what new possibilities will they unlock for how we live, how we work, how we manage everything around us in the years to come? Something to ponder